The first 3 seconds.
First 3 seconds of what? Oh! Tmatj's back. Travis is worried about how fucking organised the intro is going to be.
Not really.
Cut each other off.
Dude, I just wanted to not interrupt you.
I'll fucking interrupt you.
That was like one of the biggest things is like, oh, Travis is just going to talk over Aaron every fucking day. So I just try not to.
I've been practicing how to interrupt people to make sure you don't do that.
You've been practicing? Well, congratulations.
What's up, guys? Welcome back. Tmatj back in action. It's been a long 4-5 weeks.
I don't know. You would know. Probably
5 weeks, I think.
5 weeks, yeah.
Maybe 5 weeks. As you can see, back in a nice fresh space, a nice little studio in Travis's new place. Got a nice little room, especially for the podcast. It's dope. A nice bit of space, nice comfy chairs, which are just about fitting.
Hey, let's talk about these chairs for a second.
They're actually
pretty good.
Like, I left the furniture, I left it up to Travis, and that could have turned out so fucking bad.
It could have. It almost did. But like, because when you're buying stuff on like eBay, what you guys probably from America and Canada would be used to, you're kind of just like, hey, I'm gonna buy it, hopefully it fits. When you're buying something on the Chinese version of that, I can't read the comments. I don't know.
Not that, and you also have no idea what's actually going to show up.
No idea.
Like,
and
it's potluck.
Like, think if I buy something for like say like 500 kwai and they just don't send it to me, it's like what
do you do?
Yeah, like okay, let's order another one. Let's hope for the best. But yeah.
To be fair though, to Taobao,
it is a dope. You know, for like billions of people,
90% of the time, I'm actually fairly happy with what I get.
True.
And if I buy cheap shit, I'm not expecting much.
Exactly.
So I actually get
exactly.
And that being said, all of this studio equipment, everything is all from Taobao.
Except for this table.
And the laptop.
Of course.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everything on the camera. Oh no, that's from Taobao.
I'm not sure. Yeah, it is from Taobao.
Your missus got it on a sale.
Yeah.
Lights, cables, mic stands, mics.
Like if we would have went with
everything.
the cheapest mic stands, you know, like just like the dirt cheap $2 ones, we're gonna get cheap.
Well, that's what we got originally, wasn't it? It was
the cheap ones.
They were $10 with a microphone, a condenser microphone, with all the fancy attachments and everything.
Yeah, it was not good.
And it was okay to start with.
It was exactly what you think it was good. Actually, it's probably a little bit better than you
go back and watch the first like 5 episodes.
But it's the quality. I don't want to touch this too much, but it just felt like really meh. Like I got it at the Dollarama.
This is way better.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like this is like a real.
It is real. That's why. That's the thing.
That's
Everyone thinks everything in China is fake or everything on Taobao is fake. Not the case. You just got to shop hard enough and look for the right things, and you can actually get the genuine real deal.
Like, what is fake though?
Huh?
Like when you say everything's fake, like half the stuff I use back home, or half the stuff that the people watching this would use back home, it's made from China. Is that fake?
Yeah, well, that's the misconception. People think, oh, it's from China, it's fake.
Yeah,
most stuff is made in China
for sure.
So
not as much now, but still.
They do also manufacture most of the fakes.
Yeah, which that's where they get that misconception from. I think it's
because there's no copyright law.
That's what it is.
You can just copy whatever the fuck.
Like my gym shoes, like my Nike,
your Mike gym shoes.
No, my Kyrie 5s. No, they look great.
Your Dyke Air Max.
But like it's
Dyke
like,
Max 95s.
There is the fakes that are like instead of Nike, it is like Dyke. It is like just like a random
but they're
letter.
Pretty good. Most of them they're like. Do you know what? They're exactly the same.
Exactly. I buy like the fakes that try to like. Duplicate or like replicate like the real ones. So like
that's all they are. They're like the factory mistakes, right?
Yeah, I guess. But there's some that are like
something
clearly
will be slightly
like
off.
It's like Puma, but it's named just like Fuma because the P and the F are so close unless you really look, right? So they're like, it's not Puma, it's Fuma. But like my shoes that I'll buy or like my shirt, like this is a fake Nike shirt and it fits better than the one at the real store. I'm not even kidding. I tried on the ones at the real store. I'm like, it kind of just, it's too loose. And this one more has like, it makes my biceps look not so small. You know? I like it.
I like Taobao. I get loads of shit on Taobao. It's dope.
Well,
anyway. So yeah, nice new studio. It's all kitted out, cheap and cheerful, but really, really good. We're happy. We're comfortable. So now I just have to turn up once a week and record. I don't have to move my entire living room around, which is so freaking
better
good
for both of us.
I'm far too busy to be doing that shit nowadays.
Exactly. I like it. I think we'll probably change a couple
stuff.
Dude,
it's annoying me. You've got something on your nose. I don't know what it is.
Can't see.
It's gone.
Maybe it was a little
Maybe it was
bunny.
like a brain cell or something.
Yeah. Well, hey, we'll shove that back in there. Can't be losing all those. No, but yeah, the studio might change a little bit. Like maybe some of the background stuff or the stuff on the table. But for the most part, this is probably where we're going to be residing.
I like it.
Maybe if we get a guest on, like, what are we going to do there? I guess just remove the table.
Maybe some slightly more powerful lights.
Yeah. Oh, like the behind the scenes.
I think these bulbs are going.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's the electrics in here are not that great. I bet if I plug that straight into the wall, it's brighter.
Think so?
These extension leads are probably like...
Well, that one was
cheap.
like fucking the new... Oh, I got the new one. We could use the new one.
Don't know.
Yeah, either way. But
yeah, being a bit on a hiatus, so I guess we should probably explain ourselves, if you care. We may not have any subscribers left now. Did you check?
Did we have any to begin with?
A few.
No, we do. We have like 95.
A few loyal watchers.
We're almost at 100.
I know who you are. You guys who tune in all the time. We love you. We appreciate you.
One of them's right there.
One of them's next door.
Yeah.
The other one's Seb.
She probably won't even watch it anymore now because
the other one's Seb, and that's about it.
Yeah. But seriously, why is Arena gonna watch the podcast now? She
can just hear it.
Yeah, that's not shit. We're down one. That's not good. Fuck. Oh well.
She's the only one who left comments as well.
Yeah. Well, she's like, yeah, she's just being supportive. She's mad at me now. She won't be doing that anyway. Yeah, well. She probably had a dislike.
But yeah.
But yeah, where were you? Because like I was here.
One, I needed a break. I was very, very busy. So me and the missus, we took a break. We went to Bali for like 11 days.
Which looked dope and is dope. Been to Bali.
Really nice.
I know how much fun you had because it's dope.
Paradise. It was awesome. So much good shit happened. It's
priced relatively well. You know, you're not,
cheap.
Yeah.
Everyone's happy. Everyone's really friendly. Like the whole atmosphere and vibe there is really cool.
The locals treat you good?
Yeah, they're great.
Locals were really good for me.
Locals were great. Even like the little local street drug salesman. Even they were like friendly and happy.
Yeah, which is weird because drugs are a little like I
would just stop outside of a pharmacy to get like sun cream or something.
Oh, that's the drug shop.
And then there'll be and then the guys would be stood outside like, "Hey brother, you want Valium? You want Xanax?"
Like, they always start with weird. It's like weed,
Valium?
meth. Like, oh, meth? That's a jump.
Xanax, Viagra, meth. Whoa! Yeah, and then I was like, "Bro, I don't drink or do drugs or smoke or nothing. Like, you're wasting your time, but thanks." And he was like, "You want steroids?" And he just sort of looked at me and give me like a little wink, like, "Ooh." And I was like, "You're pretty funny." But they were nice and friendly about it and stuff. They were cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Not too like in your face or nothing. So that was nice.
Obviously, they can't speak. Some of them are like just like any Southeast Asia country. You know, sometimes they're like a little too pushy. But
sometimes, but nothing like crazy.
You find in Bali too bad. Those certain areas, like the markets, some of them were like, brother, come here, and then you walk away. It's like, and they pull you back in.
That's the fun part.
Yeah,
I enjoy that shit. True. I was haggling like hell.
True that.
But yeah, it was an amazing place. Like the country itself, or the island, I should say, was beautiful. We took some really epic road trips through jungles and mountains. And
did you island hop at all?
We didn't island hop. We drove from Seminyak, which is kind of central-ish, to the west or east, north, east, southwest, north. Yeah, there.
Yeah, I know.
And then we took some road trips right down to the very bottom point of Bali, and we found some epic, like paradise fucking beach club, like hidden away, private beach. Cool, okay. You had to take like a cable car. Huh? Do
you know the name? Like I
can't remember what the place was called. The place was called the
I'll know if I hear
Sundays Beach Club. I don't know. And it was a total random pick. Like we were just lost in the middle of nowhere. Like, let's just beach clubs near me. And this one came up.
That's what's great with the internet, man.
And it looked not having
like imagine
VPNs.
doing all this travel. You'd miss out traveling a lot. You couldn't travel within an 8-day period back in the day. There's no way because you wouldn't see anything. Like go to Thailand now and for a week, you don't see enough, and it's like a small country.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. The fact that you have your phone, like good restaurant near me, it's like
top 10 things.
Here's like the five-star restaurants within like.
I like to use that. Because it's convenient, but I also do like to just explore and see what turns up. Because every time I've done that, I had some really good times with like Anthony and Eric before, where we would just pick a direction,
just walk, and
you'd be like, "Let's see what happens," and it always ended up amazing.
But the times where you're just like, "I need good food right now," it's nice.
Yeah. Cheeseburgers near me. But yeah, it was amazing. Really, really beautiful island. We took some epic road trips, like for hours, just through jungles, mountains. Just these. I've still got a bunch of videos I want to really put together and make like a little montage, a little kind of montage thing.
Do it.
But yeah, awesome holiday. We went out on the ocean on these like little...
How did Andrea like it?
She loved it. Her first time out of the country, you know, first time out of China. So to experience like
so she probably loved
a different place, a different culture. You know, she was loving it. You know, and I made her do shit that she wouldn't do before.
Oh, of course.
So I was like, we're going out into the middle of the ocean today. Like first it was like, get on this motorbike, we're going to road trip it across a fucking...
That's not the biggest deal for her.
Across Bali. And she was like, do you know where you're going? And I was like, just going to head north, see what happens. And she was like, what? No. I was like, look, I know the name of the town that I want to end up in. Like, let's just see what happens.
As long as you know, like, if you have, like, as long as you have, like, your hotel name and, like, you know,
we didn't. I was like, I'm just going to show up.
See, that's nice to have.
I was like, I'm just going to show up there and then villas near me and just book one for the night.
Oh, I thought you meant because you had to come back. Oh, but if you didn't have to come back, okay.
Because we were going to come back, but it's like the road trip was so much fun and it was just so... like in the middle of nowhere. That's even better. You can just travel and just stay. These tiny roads, like really upcut, like fucking like inclines like that, up through mountains. Jungles, trees. There's monkeys and possums and shit everywhere. It was dope.
Jungles, trees, and monkeys. Possums.
Fucking like, fruit bats like this big. It was dope. It was super cool.
That's one thing I'll say about Bali. The biking through it was the most beautiful. Like I did in Vietnam, the best way to get around. Thailand, and I thought it was the most like aesthetically like you just come through some trees and you see like a beautiful shot of the ocean or some shit. It was super nice. In the middle of the jungle and then it opens up and there's just like rice paddies. It was really nice. It's just beautiful. So yeah, we road tripped it across from Seminyak to Lavina, which is on the top part of the island, and then we just rented a random villa for the night for cheap as chips. Amazing. You saw the pictures. Pictures on Instagram. Was it off season still there, or was it? Yeah, just before the season was starting. Because like when it's off season, like when I was there with Yano, and then they would be like, to be like a villa, like an awesome villa, and we'll be like, how much is that? And it'd be super expensive, but they would give it to us for like dirt cheap because like no one's gonna stay gonna stay in there. It just makes them a bit of money for them. Exactly. So we got like these dope places for a little amount of money, and it's like 4 boys just drinking. It was great. You know what I mean? Same thing with you guys. And there's so many of those there in Bali. The villas they have there are just so fucking nice. So we did that a couple times, and we went out on a boat into the oceans. Went out hunting for dolphins, not hunting dolphins. What do you mean? Hunting? Searching for dolphins. Let me reword that. And yeah, Andrea was just blown away because we went out quite far and we were like, oh no, we're not like where you can't see the land behind you. Well, we organised it so we had our own boat. We didn't want to do one of these like big tour group things, and which is nice sometimes, but yeah, I wanted it to be more of a personal, private thing. Yeah, for sure. So nice private trip, and I was like, well, maybe we went out. Maybe we should have gone with the tour because now we're not going to see dolphins. I was like, fuck. Oh, so you guys went out by yourselves? Yeah, like there was like 2 other boats out in the whole ocean that day. Oh, like everyone goes out at like 6:30 a.m. for sunrise to see the dolphins, and we were like, well, we don't want to be because I looked online and they said you're surrounded by boats. No one can really see anything because there's boats everywhere. And it just smells like fumes of like boat fuel. And I was like, I can't be doing with that. Like, take me out an hour later after those people have come back, so it's quiet. And it was great. Like, it took quite a while to get out there to actually find the dolphins, but when we found them, did you find them? Oh man, we were surrounded by a pod. Dude, how come we didn't get any pictures of that shit? I've got loads. Did you even look at my Instagram when I was away? I did actually. That's whole stories. I did. I didn't see the dolphin pictures. Dude, there's loads of them. Well, maybe I missed like. I had like a fucking. Dude. Well, dude, you upload like, say you upload like a post and there's like 10 pictures, right? But if you upload like 10 of those posts and say I see like 6 of them, I might not see like 40 pictures or whatever. Do you know what I mean? Like, well, just look at all of my pictures. Well, you know, be a good friend if you cared. But that's dope though. We were surrounded by a pod of like 150 dolphins, man. Like right next to the boat, just. Dude, that's actually sick as fuck. Andrew was like, oh my god, this is amazing, like crying her eyes out. At first she was like a bit scared because we're on a small boat on the out in the ocean. Like to her they're like sharks. Like, she can't swim. Yeah, like if something goes wrong, I'm fucked. So I'm like, you'll be fine, don't worry about it. Like, that's awesome. And then she started to relax and enjoy it, and then the dolphins came and it was like she's just tearing up, and it was very cool. It was a really special moment. It was really cool. And then we took that boat back and they took us to a coral reef and we went scuba diving, so I made her do some scuba diving. Oh dude, that's like my favorite thing, so I'm happy she got to experience a floaty jacket, so she didn't really have to swim. The Chinese way, of course. Just float and just float and look at the colors and just try and breathe through a snorkel. And she did really good. She did a good like sort of 10-15 minutes like checking out loads of fish. It was amazing. That's awesome. Again, I'm happy for her. I'm happy she did that. So she tried that, and then we got back, checked out of the villa,
got some food, and that was my birthday there as well. That night we arrived, the night before was my birthday. And we were like, oh, what should we do? And we're like, well, let's just rent a villa for the night and go out for a nice romantic meal. We had this whole beach club to ourselves, like no one there.
That's the best, dude. That's the best thing about going there in the off season, I think. Because when I was there with the boys, it was fun. But I kept thinking, like, this would be perfect. Like, there's a lot of like romantic shit. You know what I mean? We're like really like beautiful beachside restaurants at night with like candlelight and shit. And it was like no one was there. And then I was just there with fucking Yanu, Connor, and Holden, just drunk as shit. I'm like, this would be nice if it was like Irina was there with me, but like it was still fun with the boys, right? Yeah. But it would be nice to take.
That's a good thing about Bali. It's like it's something for everyone.
Yeah,
I didn't ever, no matter which area I went to, I just thought anyone could come here and enjoy it. For sure. Whether you're a stag party full of lads, or whether you're a romantic couple or a family. Like,
dude, they even have the 3 islands. They have like 3 different islands. One's a Gili,
Nusa Penida, and
not even Nusa Penida,
Lombogonia or something like that.
Yeah, you're thinking of Lombok.
Lemon Bog.
But there's 3 islands right by Gili. There's a Gili T, Gili Air, and Gili something. Either way, but the 3 islands are made like one's for like partiers, one's for like chill where you just do shrooms and shit, and then one's for like couples.
We were
going
to do
have
that,
like a little bit of everything.
But it was one of them, like, we didn't want too much of an active, busy holiday. We really needed some chill time.
Well, it was a vacation. It wasn't like a sightseeing vacation.
So we did a lot, but a nice balance of chilling as well. Dope. So we just said, well, we'll definitely go back to Bali because it was amazing. So next time we do that, we'll go to like Gili Air and places. Yeah. So yeah, we finished that day, had a nice romantic meal on the beach. It was awesome, like just us, and then they put up this huge projector on the beach, and we just sat on bean bags and watched a movie on the beach, which was super dope. It was nice, free popcorn and shit like that. Just sat there drinking cocktails and having a good old time. And then the next day we did the dolphins and the scuba diving, checked out of the hotel, and on the way back, on the road trip on the way back, I just had a quick little Google search, like waterfalls near me. When I checked out these waterfalls, you could jump off the waterfalls, slide down the waterfalls, like this waterfall adventure, but not. It was all natural, nothing man-made about it. So it was amazing.
Nothing mermaid?
Nothing man-made.
I was like, nothing mermaid about it. I was like, what? Is that a term I don't know about? It's not even mermaid, man.
But we should just start that. That's mermaid.
That's mermaid.
That's mermaid, bro.
Just confuse people. They're like, yeah, I guess so. Like, you just don't want to seem stupid. Like,
mermaid, yeah.
I think so.
Whatever. But yeah, and so I made her slide down some waterfalls and do some little cliff jumps.
That must have been like...
She was terrified. Yeah, she was terrified. I was like, fuck yeah. Even I was scared because some of them are high. I don't know if you saw the videos.
Dude, I didn't see... Dude, I must have missed a bulk of your shit.
Yeah, you fucking did.
I'll be honest
to be fair, you missed 90% of my phone calls as well, so it doesn't surprise me.
No, you didn't call me when you were there.
No, I messaged you a few times.
And I answered you. When you messaged me, you didn't call me, though. Don't say I missed phone calls.
But yeah, I did some like really awesome fucking cliff jumping and shit like that off waterfalls. Like the videos and pictures are amazing. Most people saw them. Most people. It was pretty high, pretty scary. And yeah,
I guess I just saw the video of you swimming naked, and I was like, you know, that's enough Aaron for today.
But it was awesome. But I actually got her to jump off like a little 2-meter jump and slide down a little waterfall.
That's good because I know that to her that's like
that was a big deal for her.
Yeah, that's like it's like me jumping off.
Taking her out into the ocean when she couldn't swim was one.
She can't even swim.
And then seeing dolphins everywhere, and then snorkeling, and then okay, now you're going to jump and slide off waterfalls. She was a bit overwhelmed that day.
Jumping into water when you can't swim is probably a lot more terrifying than like.
But come the end of the day, she was like, "Yeah, wow, that was a crazy adventure, crazy 2-day adventure."
She'll remember that forever.
Yeah, for sure.
Like the first time.
Let me see if I can bring it up.
Yeah, man, that's dope. I think going to Bali is definitely on my to-do list or my bucket list, I guess. Can something be on your bucket list when you already done it? I guess you need a new list. But either way, I would love to go back. You know what I mean? That's the worst part about traveling is like you get the travel bug and you want to keep traveling to these new countries and these new cities, these new places. But the worst part is you want to go back. You know, like you want to go back to that city, you want to go back to that place, but realistically, you should be trying new things. But you know, you kind of get addicted to the places you were at.
Yeah, that's it. Like I always say, every time I go on holiday, I want to see something new and different. But at the same time,
you're like, oh,
some places are so nice. I'm just like, I'm going back there. Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Well, I kind of had a good system in the sense of when I was in the Philippines, I went there with like the crew, right? I went there with like Ian Sash, everybody, you know, like that crew. And then I also went there with Arena like months later, you know, so I got to do like the fun chill with Craig, get drunk kind of shit. But I also got to do like the romantic stuff and hang out with Arena. So
I think this might be a series of videos. I'm not sure how the videos will load. We never really... The Wi-Fi here is pretty good, but I'm not sure about this room per se. Maybe I could do... You know what I can do for the future? I'll pull the cord from my Xbox, which is a wired connection, and you'll get a lot better internet. We'll plug it right into the laptop, so you'll get like a ideal connection. You're telling me that now?
Well, I didn't think, you know, that these videos would take like this, to be honest.
But yeah, it was dope. Well, anyway, while this is loading up, we don't need it on screen while it's loading.
Yeah. You want to see some of my legs, you know? I understand. Yeah, it's not... You're going to be seeing a lot of legs from us too this summer, I'd say, because it's so fucking hot.
Well, we were going to angle it up, so it's like from waist up, but then I've just got such nice legs right now. Like, I'm starting to lose a little bit of fat on the legs, so you can see some quad action, and I like to look at them in the camera. Is that so bad?
They can't see it, but like he's kind of sitting like a little girl, like he's got a kick at his feet.
And I've got really short legs as well.
Yeah,
but
well, your legs look way shorter because of your torso, though.
Well, I wasn't expecting my legs to grow back as equal after the surgery, so I'm super happy that
you had surgery on the left one,
right one.
What's that scar from then?
What scar? That one?
Yeah.
Just a wall wound. I think that one was from that one time I fought a bear, maybe, or maybe that was the shark.
You mean when you're playing the video game and you
or was that the one where I took on the bear and Khabib at the same time? I can't remember.
Oh, was that you in that video? Oh, that must have been you.
I don't know. I don't know if those things were.
Speaking of Khabib, though,
I had to sign some waivers so they're not.
I had to sign a non-disclosure, so I can't really speak about it. Actually, I might get in trouble by just saying that. So we should cut this. Actually.
But yeah, all in all though, Bali, amazing. I won't go into it too much. I'll see if I can make some sort of travel vlogs so you can have a look at pictures. But there's a bunch of shit on my Instagram, Berkeley's Abroad, if you want to go and check that out.
It'll be in the description below.
There's also a lot of pictures of me just posing everywhere.
Yeah,
everywhere I go, I just flex it out.
Some slightly burnt muscle.
Yeah, I got a little bit toasty at one point, but then it turned into
you evened out. I'm
starting to lose it already, bro. Like I had a fucking really good tan in Bali. And then in Thailand, because I spent most of my time indoors in the gym, like it just started fading. And then I got back
Really?
here.
So, okay, so you would spend a lot of your days indoors, yeah.
Especially
at like peak hours of like 12 to 2, when it's hot as fuck, you'd probably be in the middle of a workout.
Well, should we go into the next part of the trip to Thailand? Do you want to talk about that now?
Yeah.
I'm taking over this episode. Fuck.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, you're the one that... You know,
what did you do when I was away?
To be honest, it might not look like it
just
as much.
Play an Xbox with like some fancy joypad and just fucking.
Okay, well, just one no, but you don't play Xbox with a joypad. You play with a fucking controller. Which, if we have time, I'll beat your ass in UFC.
That's the thumbnail. That is.
And me just looking like disgusted. Like, come on. No, but to be honest with you, Irene is actually mad at me because like. I hit up, like, I go to the gym every day. Like, I legit do 6-7 days. Because I was looking just so soft,
too much.
dude. Yeah, probably too much. And because I'm not on a plan like I know I should be. You don't need to be telling me. I know.
I'm not even bother.
You know.
I'm not wasting my breath.
Well, no, but if anything, it worked because, you know, when I do come back, I am going to take it pretty serious, to be honest with you. Like, if I wasn't going home in a month, I would do it now. Which, hey, you say that now. Remember that face. Because I know me, and I know I'll do it. And you know what we talked about yesterday.
God, that's such a Travis thing to say.
No,
I know me. Dude, I know what I can do. I know I'll do it.
Dude, I go so much now. Do you think just looking at a piece of paper and being like, oh, I need to do this next, I can do that. It's not the biggest difference.
It's not just the workout. I'm not even going to go into it.
No, but there's more to it than that. But like that's like. The people's biggest struggle is going and doing the work. Like they're just lazy.
That's
and
easy.
They don't do it. See, for other people, I don't think so. For someone like us, I think that's
for gym
easy
rats,
bit.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people don't like it. You know, a lot of people don't like getting up and going when that's like my favorite part of my day. Like,
yeah, some people say to me like, I struggle to get motivated to go to the gym. That one, if you can force yourself, like there's the way I like to do things. If I very rarely do I have that, but if I do have that,
have what? What do you mean have that?
Like just like lack of motivation. Usually it's because of your diet and your cortisol levels are up and you're stressed, or your energy levels are so down and you're just dying on your ass and you just can't be bothered to do anything, it's usually because your diet's a little bit off, and there's a few things you can change to give you that kind of more get up and go feel throughout the day, especially in the mornings. So there's things you can do to play around with that. But the easiest way of doing it without getting too sciencey is just get on YouTube, type in like motivational speeches.
David Goggins, Dwayne Johnson, only two I use. And they're all you need.
About 1,000 different really good Arnold ones. There's just loads. There's loads of like compilation ones, and they're really fucking good. And usually, like, people are like, yeah, that's bullshit. I don't listen to what people telling me what to do.
They really work.
If you just close your eyes and listen to what they're saying for like 1 minute, you will question yourself and go, what the fuck am I doing?
Search David Goggins on YouTube.
And then you will just get up off your ass and you'll go and get something done. And at the same time, smash a pre-workout. Once that's in your system, the last thing you want to be doing is sit around on your ass and just tweaking on pre-workout.
Exactly. You'll be forced to do...
Force yourself, get motivated. And then after, like, usually, I think after about 2 weeks-ish of people just getting to that routine, then it becomes routine. It becomes habit. You really like it. You realize how good working out makes you feel. You get those endorphins that everyone talks about.
Especially at the beginning, you can kind of go through like a beginner's, like you start looking better, you start feeling better that you're not really used to. And
and most people are stressed. Most people's cortisol levels are too high. Still having that memory card issue. Maybe, though, we might have figured out that it's something to do with software. Did you just stand on a drawing pin?
Dude, this fucking guy.
We were using him to hang up pictures.
He's so fucking big, he just knocks shit over. And earlier he knocked over all these fucking tacks, and I was like, let's pick these up so I don't step on one. Fucking just stepped on one, bro. Is that blood? Dude. Okay. No.
Did it go deep?
I thought it actually was
blood. It's a drawing pin, bro. Like, have you not got any like callus on your feet?
Dude, I do. I actually hiked a mountain on my bare feet the other day with Seb. It was dope as fuck, actually.
I went for a pedicure the other day.
That shows who we really are.
They just opened up a brand new, like, proper foot massage place right next to my apartment. Like one of those, like,
dope, actually.
When they actually know about feet, not just rubbing on your feet. And
do you believe
I went in there and I was like,
way?
yeah, for sure.
No, well, like,
it's no different than a good massage on your back. Your feet have loads of different pressure points.
Oh no, I know they do for sure. But like, do you believe this centimeter part of your foot affects your like liver? Then like a centimeter up, it's like this. Oh, is like your
acupressure.
Heart.
I do think everything's connected. Maybe,
but like to that extent, it just looks like bullshit to me. Like I get it. Like if you kind of your whole body is connected. Like if your spine's at a line, you're like I
think there are like. Yeah, I think there's...
I think they look it up more. I don't know too much about it.
There's a big... Pressure points are a real thing, for sure. But yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, and they fucking... they looked at my feet and I was like, look, I haven't had ever had a pedicure or like had, you know, like all the dry, thick skin between your toes and under your feet. Like,
they cut it.
Yeah, they cut it and they shave it or whatever. And I was like...
It feels nice. Yeah.
I've never had that done. And they were like, yeah, you need it doing. And I was like...
No, dude, you need to do it, actually.
This guy was there for like... an hour and a half.
That's good. No, that's super
just
good.
Just going to town with like this chisel,
especially with your caveman.
He had like it looked like half a chisel. It was about this big. It's like a chisel / Stanley knife, and he's carving away. And I was like,
your foot's like an ice sculpture. They're just like shaving off layers.
Yeah, but it feels good now. Like,
dude, it's super good. Someone was on Joe's podcast a while ago, and he was basically talking about like foot health and how like a lot of men suffer a lot of foot problems because like especially athletes, because like we just have our feet in these like sweat boxes, right? We don't take care of our feet and we just sweat at the gym and stuff, and we actually get like a lot of athletes' foot, and like that can really hurt us in the future. So like a lot of he recommends like pedicure. It's the pedicures that are just like clean, and the manicures for like.
I know that pedicure is something to do with your feet,
but they're like pedicure and manicure. One's like for like.
Manicures for your hands.
Oh, is that what it is? But there's certain shit you can get where it's like you get like the color and like all that stuff. Well, we don't need.
I don't know what that is. That's just nail painting, isn't it?
No, but there's a name, something like Cure Pet Man.
I don't know. But whatever.
Either way, foot health is very important. So I think you should be doing that more, especially if there's a place by your house, because we have one by our house and Arena
next door. It's like you walk out the front door, it's there. It's
like right in that community, right in your little.
You know that little like spa shop, the little H Mart.
Yeah,
just like next to that.
That's dope, actually. Ours is a little farther away, but that's good. I would go there like once every couple of weeks, get them cleaned up.
I might go there like the day after leg days, Because they do like a really good leg massage as well.
Can they do legs? Because my place is back. But I was thinking it'd be nice. Like, dude, it'd be so inappropriate. But I want get in my groin. Like, right in my.
Just go in there, wear the shortest shorts ever, and just point at you. Dude, going, like just right here. I'm like, bite
that's
your
the
lip.
worst thing about massage. I'll be getting a massage with Arena, like a full body one at like a real place, and they'll be like massage. I'm like I don't want my dick touched, but can you go closer to my dick? Because like that's where I'm sore. Like I want you to get right in my fucking like when you do this like adductor shit. Like get in there. Like drop an elbow, fuck it. I don't give a fuck. Just like get in my muscles. But I can't be like
that's a cultural
closer
thing.
To my dick. Like
that's
that seems inappropriate. Yeah, I know. Whatever.
You know, like when I had sports massages and shit back home,
they get right in there.
Well, you don't wear any clothes. You just covered with a towel, and they just cover the shit they need to cover, so they can really fucking.
Yeah.
There's nothing in the way. They're doing their job. They're using scrapers and massage guns and everything. Like.
I guess you.
It's just
some of the best massages I've had were
oh my god, you
actually.
can't have your bum showing here. That's like a big cultural thing. Like, no way, you can't do that.
Which is weird. Culture, man. Whatever. We don't need to get into that.
I don't know. Either way, what were we talking about before?
So we didn't really touch on Thailand too much. Do you want to talk about a little bit about your Thailand experience?
Yeah, I can't remember what we were saying before it cut out though. Something about Goggins.
David Goggins motivation, that kind of stuff. Yeah, he's just if like.
Oh yeah, motivational stuff.
Yeah, you just need. He's the only one you need because I'm kind of a guy. Just trim the fat, like don't sugar. Like if Aaron has a problem with me,
I
just
do that
like
to you all the time, and you never listen.
No, I do listen. I just don't respect you. No, no, but I like that. I don't like when people are just like, well, like for how you are with your like weight stuff. Like you have like this is what you do. This is what works. And that's it. You don't be like, oh, keep trying. You'll like, no, you just say how it is. And that's what he's like, except to the times 10. Basically, like a drill sergeant for your life. You basically just get your shit together. You know what I mean? Because he used to be like
people that need that.
He's like sick. He used to be that like 6'4", 300-pound guy that drank 3 milkshakes a day and was like an exterminator for like insects, and he hated his life and contemplated suicide, and all he did to help his life was just drink another milkshake. Like that was his go-to.
He joined the Navy SEALs and
then he's like, I want to join the Navy SEALs, and the guy's like,
I want to kill people for a living.
The guy said no. He's like, dude, you're 80 pounds too heavy. Like you're not doing it. And he's like, if I lose 80 pounds in like 3 months was like the cutoff, can I do it? He's like, you're not going to lose 80 pounds in 3 months. And he's like, okay, and he just did it. Like he obviously the struggle was real. He's like that night I went outside for my first run, ran for a minute, and then went home and cried and drank another milkshake. He's like, I can't do it. Like 80
pounds in 3 months. Yeah, lucky he didn't die.
Yeah, but he did it. Like he just but that molded him into the man.
All of the fucking.
Those numbers might be wrong. It could be like 75 in like 4 months. I don't know, but like it was like a ridiculous amount in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
But he gave up that night, and then the next morning he's like, no, I'm not quitting. He has a super good story, and now he's like the hard ass. He'll go for like a marathon run in a blizzard just because you're not supposed to. And if someone says, oh, you shouldn't do this, he does it twice as much as that. Like, it's just ridiculous.
So we get the point.
Yeah,
you want to suck him off.
If he asked, I'd probably do it.
But yeah, get motivated, get your shit together, get out there and fucking work your ass off.
Yeah.
And no excuses. But then at the same time, my buddy who works with me,
who's the buddy?
Chris, the other coach of Elite Aesthetics, one of the other coaches, he says to people when they want to quit, he's like, okay,
bye.
That's fine. I won't judge you. 99% of people quit. Like, it's lonely at the top. He said that's why there's 2 seats in a Lamborghini and 50 seats on a bus.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and he says it too much. He says I've heard it so many times now.
Like, it's not cool anymore.
And I'm like,
see, the first time you hear it, it's dope.
Yeah, it's the first time you hear it. I was like, that's actually pretty cool. And he's like, it's lonely at the top. Otherwise, everyone would be fucking fit and they would look great. It's hard. It's hard fucking work. Most people quit. So he's like, I like that. I won't judge you for quitting. Just know this. Like, this is the honest truth. And it sounds great. Most people are like, most people can't do it. It's one of those just reality of life.
Well, they just don't want to try. I get you though.
And but yeah, when you heard the Lamborghini quote like 50 times, it's like, come up with something new, bro.
Yeah, I heard a dope one last night. So Chris,
if you're watching this, fuck you and your Lamborghinis. I'm getting on that bus.
Yeah, all my friends are on the bus.
I have a really nice bus. Yeah. All my friends are on the bus.
I don't want to be alone. No, but I heard a dope one last night too. It was on Impulsive, the Logan Paul podcast, which is really great. It was like his buddy was depressed, right? And he's basically like, he's like, this is the great analogy where like 100 years ago, or like, I guess like maybe even more than 100 years ago, flying was impossible, right? like being able to take flight was impossible. And then these people the Wright brothers invented
They
like
burn
flight.
you at the stake for even talking about it. Like
Exactly.
You're a witch.
Yeah, people who flew were going to hell. Like that was the consensus back then. But either way, the whole thing he was saying was like, so in order, like the physics to fly is like, you need to have equal amount of drag as there is thrust to take off, right? So like if you want to be able to fly, you need to figure out the amount of thrust you need to counteract your drag. So say maybe your drag is you're overweight, or your drag is you hate your job. You need to figure out so much thrust in your life, so much motivation to push you forward so you can be able to fly. Because like that drag exists. Maybe you lost your dad. That's a fact. You can't get, that's never going to change. That drag is permanently there. So you just need to figure out how much thrust you need to be able to live a happy life. You know what I mean? Like you can't just fix every problem. That's just not possible. So like how he worded it was just like super nice, because it really helped his friends, like a little person, like a dwarf, and he was like super positive, but he goes through his levels of depression. He has like 4 billion, not billion, but million followers on Instagram. Super famous.
And that's someone who's like a dwarf that like that's never going to change.
No, exactly. And that's what he meant. Like you just need to figure out how to make yourself fly.
But for most people, that's easy over time. Most people...
What do you mean?
Like the drag. Most of the people's drag will be temporary things in their life. That when you build momentum and you build enough force, that the drag gets left behind. Disappears. It doesn't just follow you forever. You know,
everyone's different,
unless a physical disability or something like that,
or like a death, or like something like that.
Even that, you get over it.
Yeah, but it's still there. I know what you're saying. It definitely like over time.
You accept it.
Like,
you don't hold on to that shit forever. If you do, then you need to.
But like those are problems that technically, they're like, I consider like a death a little different than like a weight loss, because weight loss is just time put in. You know what I mean? A death is kind of like,
depression. Things like this, like hard times in your life, bad things that have happened, they're all things in the past.
For sure.
Like, leave them in the past. You keep moving forwards and you make the best of the situation right now.
Just grow from it.
You build momentum and you leave those things behind. And that's it. That's it. You don't think about it more than that. They're in the past. You can't change those things. They don't define who you are right now. It's not a permanent physical disability or something like that, which is with you. To people like that, fair play. They've got to deal with shit for their whole lives. But for most people, that's not the case. And they still complain more than these other fucking people.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like, get your shit together.
Yeah.
And stop making excuses.
Yeah, like I like the saying, it's like everyone has like W's and L's, like wins and losses,
and
but like some
make
people
shit
have
up
wins
as well.
and lessons.
Like,
you know what I mean?
I got fucking thyroid problems.
That's honestly the one I hate the most.
My metabolism is slow.
It's always
Shut
women.
up.
I don't know if thyroid is more. I think it's more common in women to have problems, but that's what I hear in girls so much. We're like, oh,
thyroid.
Thyroid. It runs in my family. Does it?
I haven't got time.
How about you start running, motherfucker?
I work too much. I haven't got time to do this. Wake up earlier. I can.
You posted something really cool the other day where it was like, I don't have enough money to do this, but like spends like $100 going out. You know that like post?
Yeah, it was like
that's super blunt and
like
super accurate.
Coaching. I can't remember what it was now, but maybe I can find it on my phone.
But it was like, it was like one was like a personal help class, $100. Oh, that's way too much. I can't afford that. But like you go out, spend $100 drinking. You know what I mean? Like, oh, $250 for like a personal trainer to help me at the gym. Oh, that's too expensive. I'm not spending that. But you buy a $250 Gucci belt.
This is me just ranting at people again. I do this a lot.
Yeah, which is good. But people need it.
Yeah, this was called Truth Bomb. So it was healthy grocery shop, $100, too expensive. Dinner date, $100, reasonable. Month supplements, $100, can't afford that. Night out drinking, $100, weekly occurrence. Personal growth seminar, $250. Crazy talk, Gucci belt, $250. Need to have it. Start a business.
Hey, fuck Gucci belts.
Start a business, $1,000. I can't justify that. iPhone fucking XR, $1,000. The newest model is a necessity. 60 minutes in the gym. I wish I had time. 60 minutes watching Netflix. Time flies. Let's watch another one.
That's super
fucking
accurate.
true.
Yeah.
Everything in life is about priorities, and what you prioritize will dictate what your life looks like. Where will you be in 5 years? The whole 5 years thing, I'm not so much on that. I'm like, little goals now, and then a long-term goal, yes. But little goals along the way, I think, are easier to focus on for most people.
I think.
But yeah, for sure,
Joe.
like people that say they haven't got time to do stuff, I can't meal prep. I can't. I'm sure I've said this in like 4 episodes before. Wake up earlier and make time. Make fucking time.
Sleep is probably alcohol.
This comes back to this is not an easy lifestyle. It can become easy if you manage your time.
I think
better.
it is easy. Just people don't want to do it.
People are lazy. People are lazy, and they want shortcuts, and they want the pill that does it all for you, and that's it. And it doesn't exist, guys.
I think
Sorry,
like Instagram,
it does not exist,
dude. I say it's Instagram and social media kind of fuck people because they just see these people and they're like, this guy's Instagram's, oh, he's on a boat drinking with his friends, oh, he's traveling, doing all this fun stuff. But he's like ripped. It's like I want his life, but like you don't realize like that's like the best part. You
saw a 30-second video of his life.
You don't see the hour cardio sessions.
3 hours, fucking 59 minutes and 30 seconds more in the day. What the fuck do you think these people are doing?
Yeah,
working their asses off.
Yeah. It's like every time I told you this the other day, every time I see like a dude with like a shredded 8-pack, I legit used to think like, oh, he's so lucky, man. Just I wish I had that, like that genetics and stuff. But it's like, no, man. I'm just like, man, good job. Like, fuck yeah, bro. That's like, you must have ate so well. You must have worked so hard to like look that good. Like, good for you. Because like, I work really hard and I don't look. They have 5% of what you look like. It's so I understand how hard it could really be. Even someone like Aaron, like I talk shit about him all the time and I joke, but like. It's a lot of work, you know what I mean? Like I understand how much work you really do put in.
It ain't easy being green.
He ruins it. He's a fucking loser.
That's what Randy Couture says in the Expendables. It ain't easy being green.
Expendables, that didn't sell me too much. But yeah, nevertheless, anything else we need?
Don't fucking say that ever again.
Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I feel like we're. What else do we need to talk about?
Well, I think that's enough telling people off about their lives.
Yeah, we could do that for hours. I do that every day because it helps me. Because I don't want to be hypocrites. I'm like, if you're, I want to practice what I preach more.
These legs, though, bro, they're growing.
Dude, my legs are growing too, but they just don't look big. Dude, my legs look so small compared to yours.
Dude, if you want legs like this, you need to fucking meal prep.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just happy. Like, I've always had big legs, but I hold a lot of fat on my legs. So it's very hard to see any definition and like that the cuts.
Yeah,
I've never had that before. Whereas now I'm starting to lean out a little bit and it's looking good. I'm liking it.
Yeah, dude, you look pretty good now. You're gonna look great at your show. Oh, do you want to talk about your show? Actually,
well, should we start with
transition?
First, let's get this. I think I've got this video working now.
Oh yeah. We can jump back into this real quick.
So back to
Bali.
Rewind back to Bali. This was this really cool place where we did a bit of waterfall jumping and stuff like that, and cliff jumping. It was fun.
Can you play it, bro?
Well, the fucking mouse isn't working again.
Is it too far away from the thing?
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll have to kind of figure that out. Is there any? Whether there's sound.
Oh, this is where I'm just like walking around. So this is one of the first waterfall, and this little jump at the bottom of the screen there was like only like 5 meters.
Dude,
but
that's actually beautiful.
Really nice. It's me and the missus.
I definitely didn't see this post.
Posing, of course.
What's on your shorts?
There's a little jump.
Is that the one you jumped off of?
Yeah. This one I took a slide down, like you can see up here.
Dude, that one's sick as fuck.
That was one guy.
Dude, was that hard though? Like, it was pretty comfortable.
No, the rocks are so smooth and they've been eroded for like, a billion years or something like that.
Legitimately. Like for me, like, years. It's fucking... That's crazy.
Yeah, we're sliding down cool waterfalls like that.
Yeah, dude, I've done a bunch of cliff jumping and waterfall jumping, but that one's kind of perfect. It's not too big.
So that was the first one. That was the baby. And then I got Andrea to jump off this little ledge here.
Dude, that's hilarious.
It's so funny. And then there was this one, which was a little bigger. This one was about 12 meters-ish, something like that. And then there was a little bit
that looks kind of
yeah, that's the little ledge bit there was wasn't
but they added that system.
Obviously, look at it.
I mean, crazy how shit forms that way.
Naturally occurring like stone masonry, Yeah, it took me a while though. When you're up there and you're looking down.
Dude, I love that. Like, people always get mad at me, like, oh man, jump pussy. Like, fuck you, dude. I'm like soaking this in. I'll jump whenever I want to jump. I'm not jumping because I'm scared. I'm legit looking down and taking this like adrenaline in, because you get like, to get ready to fucking jump. I fucking feed off it.
Yeah, I know I'm gonna jump. It's just a matter of time.
But like, don't take 20 minutes, but like, dude, go there and just enjoy that minute.
But it is at the same time like, you know.
Dude, I like how my heart is
It's pretty scary.
Oh yeah, you can tell as you kicked off, there was a second of panic. Like, I think it's but like, there was a little panic there, which is hilarious.
These nice little lagoons and stuff we could chill in.
That's dope.
This was the big one. So I'll play this and then we'll talk about Thailand, I guess.
Yeah, dude, it's great having cameras and stuff like that, because like, you know, if someone's recording me on that, like, I'm not gonna be a pussy. Like, there's no way I'm not jumping. I think it's the mouse. Try moving it a little closer to the thing. Technical difficulties, you know.
So
dude,
annoying.
that is one thing I noticed too when I watch like random podcasts and stuff, and they like have a really good system. I kind of have like I give them more credit, because I know it's not as easy as maybe people think. Because a lot of podcasts, they edit, and so it's like clips and stuff. But for us, for the most part, it's just raw footage. We don't do any editing. We just kind of go straight up.
It's because I don't know how to do the editing.
But you know,
learning as I go.
That's one dope thing about Impulsive, bro, where they just do it straight through. Like, they had a podcast the other day, bro, that I was watching. It was super like intense and emotional, man. And they just let it run through. It was actually pretty cool.
Well, yeah, they're the best ones, where it's just like a
they're
natural
friends with
conversation.
like these two guys.
I don't like the
legit
stuff
yelling
that's
at each
too
other.
edited and too scripted. That's why I like the fighter and
Because
the kid.
they do vlogging and everything like that,
so
and
much
it's all
King of
fake,
the
right? Because vlogging's all like the best parts of your life, but the podcast is like kind of real shit.
Yeah.
Which is actually, it gave me another look.
This is super annoying. It's just stopping and starting.
Dude, I'm telling you, we should have put the cord in.
Well, fucking put the cord in, Travis.
Oh my god, fuck you. You guys, this was off camera because the fucking shit paused. I went to grab the cord so it would work, and he's like, no, fuck it, it's working now. It was the VPN, which is probably your VPN again, by the way. Don't blame my internet.
It just reloaded the page. Fine.
I mean, not VPN. We don't use those. VPNs are non-existent in this household. But yeah, so as Aaron's gonna fiddle with this, it's not working. What picture was that?
Some weird V.
I think Aaron.
Beep, beep, beep.
Aaron,
N,
did your porn just pop up, bro?
No, that was my VPN.
Aaron's really in the anime, apparently.
Oh, fuck it, I can't be bothered. Oh.
But either way, it was super dope. Nice jumps. I think I got a nice view of it. And if you guys want to check this out, you can just go to Aaron's Instagram page as well.
Yeah, just go and check it out. It was really fun. Lots of fun. It was cool. Good vibes, good times. And then after Bali, Andrew went back home to do she had to go back to work. I had another couple of weeks to spare. So I went to, what can I hear? Why haven't you got your headphones on?
Because I didn't want to use them this time. But I don't like how I can hear it either.
Yeah, it's annoying. Wear them or don't?
No, we're good. We're good.
So yeah, then we went to Thailand, and that was like a training camp at the muscle. Don't do that. It's going to be even fucking worse. Plug them back in, because you're a moron and I'm not.
Well, dude, how come we couldn't hear them before?
So yeah, I went to Thailand. In Thailand, in Bangkok, they have the Muscle Factory Gym, which is an amazing gym run by some amazing people, some very professional, top of the food chain guys in the fitness and
a bunch of guys
industry.
that made Aaron look small.
Yeah, well, just the guys who run it all and the coaches, they're all like ex-Mr. Universes, and just like whenever you like, there's a guy there called Bart. Bart runs the show.
Bart?
Yeah.
It's a hilarious name.
It's not as funny as Travis.
I only know two people named Bart. Bart Simpson and this guy that ran a funny fucking dinosaur fossil place back in PEI.
Whatever. But yeah, this guy, whatever, like, he's part of like a consortium of these very, very smart people. And every time you read like a study or something like that about anything health and fitness related, like any of like these dietary things as well, like where a university does a study on fucking if someone eats 10,000 grams of salt in a day, what will happen? They're the guys that have to read through these studies and decide whether it's a legitimate study and if it can be published.
So I assume people just would just
top of the food
replicate
chain.
these studies.
What do you mean?
Like, say if I'm just like, okay, if I eat pheasant, okay, so if I think pheasant is the best thing to increase your bicep growth because of something that's in the pheasant or whatever, you know what I mean? And then you're just like, I think this is bullshit. You just try it and like, it doesn't work. You know what I mean? I assume people just would like duplicate it and see if they get the same results. Isn't that how science works? Where it's like,
fucking hell, what, are you serious?
What? That's like science.
Edit that out. Yes, science.
Exactly. So what are you saying? Is that what you mean? You just duplicate the study?
Listen to what this guy has to read the studies and say, okay, it was tested on this many subjects. This is how they did the test. Is it a legitimate test? Did they actually do a professional study that is
if they actually did,
that is good enough to actually publish for people to read? Because if you just do a test like that on one person and they say, no,
I don't mean like
it's
that.
not a good enough test.
I mean, like, you take that study and be like, okay, he says he did it on, say, 1,000 males between the ages of 18 and 35.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to do it. I'm 25.
No. He just reads that study and says, yeah, it was a good enough study. It's you can publish this. You have to check off a certain amount of boxes before you can't just publish whatever you want into medical journals. It needs to be. It
has to go through like it
needs to be legit.
Yeah,
so they're the guys that are at the top of the food chain. They deal with that. Anyway, so he runs this gym. And amazing place. Like the vibe there is just incredible. Huge fucking gym. They've got like more than enough equipment for the fucking everyone. And it was amazing. So we spent the first week there. Dude? Yeah, it was pretty busy. It was good, but not too busy. It didn't seem too busy because there was so much space.
That's dope.
But they had everything going on there. Really, really good vibes. Really cool people. Like all the meal prep, everything there done on site. Just dope. It was like a bodybuilder's fucking wet dream. It was so good.
And you're in, like, where was this one? In Phuket?
That was in Bangkok. So, and then that was for the first week. So that was just like introductions, meet everyone. I met my my prep coach, Steve, and shout out to those guys. I'll tag them all in everything afterwards. But yeah, so I wanted to meet these guys face to face. So the people that I sort of am going to go to for information and contest prep coaching, things like that. I want to meet these people. I don't want it to be just like an online thing. Video calls get a good, like, I think it's a good balance, way to do it. But if you can meet someone face to face, then great. And luckily enough for me, Rocco, a guy that works closely with us with Elite Lifestyle, he hooked up the whole trip. He knows all of these guys. He's got the connects, and he pretty much organized the whole thing and just sorted me out. He was like, look, you need to come here. You need to meet these people. And
he's with Elite Lifestyles, right?
Yeah, he kind of helps us out with stuff and writes articles for us and does a bit of promo and things like that. But he does lots of other things. But yeah, he knows all these guys, and he's like, you need to come here. And you need to meet them, and you need to learn this and learn that, and then level up and decide if you want to be if you want I think it was a great idea. Further. And it was great. It was amazing. Really, really good experience. So that was awesome. And then while we were there, they were actually doing the grand opening for the new muscle factory down in Pattaya. Oh, Pattaya,
so that was
I think it's called. So that's the brand new one, which is the biggest fucking gym. It's enormous. That was down in Pattaya, so we took a road trip down there for the second week, and we basically trained there for a week with some really awesome people, some pros, some guys going for their pro cards. Big Ali from, I think he trains out of Kuwait. He's from Iran. A guy called Wheels, or nickname Wheels. He's a Thai guy, a local guy from Pattaya. Like, awesome. He's the one in the pictures. Character. He's just enormous, like really, really cool people. He was there with his missus as well.
What are they doing down there?
Taking loads of really great pictures and vlogging everything and all that kind of stuff. And also there was the Korean team was there as well. So you had Mr. Lee, or bodybuilder Chul on Instagram. He is the current Mr. Universe, 2018 Mr. Universe. So obviously fucking
like
the
legit
high up guys, and so the great to train with these guys and hang out with them, and really nice people. He was there as well with bodybuilder Shin, which is another guy training out of Korea. Again, awesome people. And another guy called Rico from Korea, who's more of a actor, model, like quite a famous dude. He was there as well for the camp. He does.
So was there a camp there? Is that why they were all there?
Yeah, there's a camp because Andy Cunningham was doing the camp.
That's
so Andy Cunningham is the guy who has coached and trained with Lee Priest for like the last 30 years. And Lee Priest is probably one of the greatest bodybuilders that ever lived. So a very, very high profile coach. Very, very nice guy. And he was there doing the camp. So like an amazing experience being able to hang out with these people and train with these people. And it was awesome. So spent a good couple of weeks just balls deep in the gym, just training, learning what I can, eating a lot, growing, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, dude, I think one question I have about that is, so there was a camp, that's why they're all there? Because I was curious, like, what are they doing?
There's some other people there. There's a guy there from India as well. Does
anyone live there other than Rocco?
Wheels, the big Thai guy with the glasses. Him and his missus, they're locals.
What's he do for work? Is he just like a bodybuilder?
He's a pro bodybuilder now. Well, he's not. I think he's actually going for his pro card, believe it or not. He's not pro yet.
So like,
he's going to destroy the pro card. He's enormous.
You know what I mean? Like, do they have they're a waiter on the side or something? Or
I just guess they're like sponsored athletes. Like the gym is like, okay, you've got huge potential. We're going to take you on, and we're going to turn you into a pro bodybuilder.
In an apartment or something. Yeah. That's cool. Because I was curious, like...
I don't know. Something like that. I don't know the details of that.
Yeah, everyone probably has their own shit. I don't know, man. That's like the dream, honestly, is to live in a place like that and just do something you like. Or do something you love, I should say, right? Like, if I could live near an ocean... I always say this, and people always, like, all my friends from back home always comment every time I say, oh, man, I want to live near an ocean. They're like, you fucking lived... on PEI, bro. There's like a fucking ocean, 5 minutes either direction you walk, and there's an ocean. But like, I want to live somewhere near a beautiful ocean that I could do something I love. You know what I mean? And I don't know what that is on PEI. So.
Why I love that place so much, though, because I come from the seaside town in England. So going to Thailand, being in this amazing gym with awesome people was just, there's so much motivation and inspiration all day long, every day. Yeah, so we were spending like 10 hours a day there. Just hanging out, mingling, and then before you know it, you're like, oh shit, it's 7 p.m. Let's go back in and do the next train. We were training twice a day, every day, just killing it. Like, there were rest days, or supposed to be rest days, but even on the rest days, I would just go there and mingle, because it was just such a good atmosphere, a good vibe.
Fuck yeah, dude. If you're there to work out, you know.
The gym was like 2 minutes away from the beach. Yeah, that's it. It was 2 minutes away from the beach. Nice quiet area of Pattaya as well, like not too touristy. Nothing's far away, so it was just... Perfect 2 weeks of really good training, meeting great people. And now I'm hooked up with Steve, known as Vigorous Steve on Instagram.
Vigorous Steve.
Vigorous Steve. And he's the one on Instagram, which most people say we look a lot like each other.
Maybe is that the guy that looks like, like your brother from another mother?
Bring up a picture maybe.
But yeah, dude, not to jump topics quickly or anything, but we definitely are probably pushing for time, eh?
No, I think we're on about 4.
Really? Sure. I'll take your word for it. But yeah, dude, you guys do look alike. There was one picture I saw. Yeah, I'd say it's closer to an hour.
Okay, let me just bring up this picture just so I can show you. Most people think...
It's fine, dude. We can go like an hour and a half. I'm not too worried.
Here we go. Here's some good flexy pictures of us. So this is my new contest prep. Now, the best thing about
that one's
there,
not even a picture. I mean, there's if you go to the right,
that's just me being in the right place and out, and just getting the angles right. It makes me look huge. Like he is. When you put me next to him, he's just fucking huge. He's a big guy.
Legs
he makes me look
so
small.
Big that his legs still look bigger than yours.
I'll go on his profile in a minute. You can check out his profile. I'll show you. But like, he's got these pictures of him, like just imposing trunk kinds of, and just shredded to bits, and he's not even trying to compete. Like, he could jump on stage at any point and destroy.
So why do people do that? Just because they love it?
Well, why not? Just look good all the time.
But dude, but if I was anywhere near your size, I would be like, because I'm competitive. So I'm gonna be like, I'm so good at this, I'm gonna do it competitively.
Well, that's what I was kind of debating. I knew I wanted to try, but I really needed to meet some people high up in who have been there and done it, the pros, and I wanted to.
Because you don't want to half-ass it.
Well, I just wanted, I don't want to half-ass it. If I'm going to do contest prep, I could prep myself, but there's a lot of fine-tuning in there, which can be the difference between looking good
you're gonna do good,
and looking great. So I figured, well, I'll invest in a good coach. I'll go and meet the guy, sat down, talked with him, and just got a really good idea of what he's all about, and just clicked straight away. And I was like, yeah, this is the guy. This is the guy I need to do my prep. So we're in talks now, and we're going to start prepping this next couple of days. And I'm going to go for a show in September, end of September, beginning October in Shanghai, the Global Classic Super Bowl, which is actually an IFBB.
Just back up and you can pull it up. It's the next picture there.
This is some pictures of like a few of the guys from the camp just starting a roadblock. Now this is one of the biggest things that came out of it, is to train with these guys and just kind of stand next to them. And
like that guy beside you looked honestly like,
yeah, he's not even a pro yet. Look at the size of him.
I'm gonna play like to a normal person like me, or to like a normal girl like Arena. Like that is like
most people
it doesn't look
Photoshop.
Good. Like he's jacked out of his mind, and I get it when you're on stage and you're against all those other huge dudes.
When he's shredded down and he's in trunks hitting poses, he's gonna flow so nice. He's just gonna be like a giant X frame, which is exactly what you want. It's gonna look amazing.
I guess I don't know. Like I guess his arms
for the majority of people, for the majority of guys, they don't want to look like that. They want to look like Rico on the other end, the model guy. Who's like a fitness model. But there's some people, like me, want to be fucking absolute giants and freaks.
You're just like my friend Dakota, man.
But these guys
walk
are great.
The door sideways,
and that's Andy Cunningham with the shirt on in the middle, who was doing the camp and training a bunch of people there, and. It was good to hear from them. They were like, yeah, you have potential. You should definitely go for it and compete. And it was and just being around them for a couple of weeks, I was just so motivated. I'm like, I am going to crush this competition.
Dude,
I'm going to go in there and do my damn best anyway. But either way, it's definitely put me into fifth gear to like, okay, start prep.
That's good. I feel like maybe that's what you needed.
Because before I didn't choose a competition. I was like, maybe August, maybe September, maybe October. And now I'm like, nope. Picked a date, register.
I think that's the biggest step, is choosing a competition, putting a date on it, right?
For sure.
But that's what I meant, by the way, is the Instagram picture of the actual competition. When you're talking about it, you could have showed it, but it's no big deal.
Well, I will, but
I know.
Fucking internet, bro.
Is it the internet or the VPN? Because the internet will never cut out if the wire's hooked up. It won't be as good, but it won't cut out. If it's cutting out, it's because you're too far away from the router.
Where's the router?
It's not that far. It shouldn't be doing that either.
I don't know. It's not working
but the wireless shit isn't, it's not nearly as reliable as a wired connection. Either way,
it's not fucking working. I need to get that fixed, please.
Yeah, dude. It would be fixed if you would have just let me plug the wire in.
I've picked a competition, picked a date, got my contest prep coach.
What's September 29th?
So I'm pumped to do that. Me, Chris, and Devon, all three coaches from Elite Aesthetics, are going to do that competition together.
And I'm going to be the camera guy. You're going to vlog it. It's going to be dope as fuck.
Vlog it and stuff. So it's going to be.
I'm going to be looking small as shit.
So keep an eye out for Elite Aesthetics, a bodybuilding team.
Yeah, it's going to be sick.
We are going to go down there and just kill it. We're going to be mingling. We're going to do all the expos. We're going to meet as many people as possible.
So do we get to party though? Like after a competition, I assume you guys want to let loose a little bit.
Maybe. No, but because,
is that how that works? I assume.
It depends because, bro, after doing this Thailand thing, I want to do my own camp there.
What do you mean?
So what I'm going to do now is...
Oh, that's October, and you said you want to do that in October, so that's what you meant.
So yeah, just to wrap it up then real quick, is for the October National Day holiday here in China, most of the foreigners have the same week off, and we're thinking now for Elite Aesthetics is do a camp. Just take a bunch of our clients down to Thailand, to where I was training, and train them there. All like hardcore training week. Like you get an apartment right next to the gym. You fucking, all the meal prep and everything's done. You're just going to be training there twice a day. Do what you want in the afternoons. Hardcore training, 1-to-1 with your coaches. You get
it'd be like 2 days, right? In the morning,
2 days. Everything's included. 5 days, hardcore. Learn as much as you can. Just have a good fun. I think it's a good option for a good holiday for the fitness freaks, because there's only so many nice little paradise holidays you can go on before you're like, do you know what?
is people might not want to do it because they might have that time booked for something else.
Maybe that's why we're going to start advertising soon. So there's a good few months notice.
Because some people and
then they can decide.
Yeah, because maybe they have a trip. Because people plan trips ahead of time. It's not like they do it a week before. So maybe that someone's already planning a Laos Cambodia trip. You know what I mean? So if you kind of beat them to it and here's another option, they may change their mind. But if you don't get it out quick enough, then maybe I already booked my tickets. Sorry, I would love to, but I already have my flights booked. So it could be something like that. So that's just something to be aware of, because,
Well, whatever. We'll advertise it. If there's people interested, we'll go down there and do it. If they're not interested, maybe we'll try something different next year, but it's an option, and that's what we're looking to do. And so if any of my clients out there are watching this and you're interested in a hardcore fucking training trip down in Thailand in October for 5 days, hit me up. But I'll be sending you all details of that pretty soon anyway.
For sure.
So that's pretty much what happened in the last month. That's why we've not been doing podcasts, but we're back now, back to the normal routine, new studio. Everything's fucking awesome. Can't wait to get things moving again.
Yes, I know, me too, actually. I'm pretty pumped. I was super pumped yesterday as well, but shit happens.
But cables. Is there anything else we're missing? I think we're on about an hour. We are on 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Yeah, dude. Well, there's a bunch of shit I would like to talk about, right?
But do you want to do a quick 10-minute fight recap?
Yeah, I would like to. That'd be nice. Just because
you can update me on everything. I've seen highlights and shit.
Well, first thing,
just go. You start UFC.
So
do a UFC for the past 4 weeks.
Well, okay. So what's your? I don't know if you watched the fight, but Tony Ferguson. 197 fight win streak or some bullshit. Ridiculously long win streak. Legitimately 14 fights. He has to fight Khabib, right? He has to fight for a title. If they don't give him a title shot, what do you think about that?
I think someone needs to get Dana White and slap him across the face.
I agree.
And say, what the fuck, bro?
So who do you got in Khabib and Dustin then? Who do you think is going to win that? I don't know. I feel like Dustin. Do you watch him in Max fight?
I always
amazing.
Kind of bet against Khabib because I prefer a stand-up.
Same. And he always beats
Dustin is great for that.
Yeah.
Great fighter.
I think Dustin will...
He's tough as fuck. He can hit. And I think he will be a tough fight.
He hits hard just like Conor. He's not as good on the feet, but he has more of a solid clinch wrestling game than Conor does. I think. I think he's just bigger. He's more comfortable with that weight. So I think he'll hold Khabib at bay more, and he won't get as tired.
Man, it's Khabib. It could be no, they're on the ground. He's beating him up,
but he gets tired.
And he just starches him, and it turns into a boring ground and pound for 3 rounds.
I think Dustin has a chance against Khabib more than probably Conor did, and that's me being. I'm super biased towards Conor, so that's me being honest. Just I think he does, but if Khabib starches Dustin like he might, I really think he won't fight Tony, even though he has to.
Be careful of your mic. I think it's hanging out of the mic stand.
Oh, yeah, it was a little bit out. Yeah, good call. But yeah, I think Tony... I don't think Khabib wants to fight Tony. Because I think Tony would beat Khabib for sure. Because he doesn't get tired. And that's what he banks on.
Ferguson is the only guy I am pretty certain would beat Khabib.
Yeah, same.
Everyone 100%. Else is
maybe if they catch him or something.
There's a chance that they get starched.
Yeah.
They get fucking.
But Tony's just gonna throw crazy elbows
down
on the bottom.
And they get bullied.
Yeah.
But Tony is
crazy jiu-jitsu. He's so good on the bottom.
There's a good chance if you go to the ground with him, no matter how good your wrestling is, the chances are you're going to get submitted. You're going to get beaten up from any position. You're going to get cut and bruised from anywhere. He's going to cut Khabib. A terrible fight for everyone.
He gets clipped. He just shakes it off. You know what I mean? He's been rocked multiple times, comes back. Well, my thing is,
everything he's gone through as well. It's kind of all seems to be building up to me. It's like
a crazy story.
It's his time.
Yeah,
and he's going to be up the top for a long time.
Yeah, the knee surgery, the personal shit.
Yeah,
I think I agree. I think
he gets a lot of shit. I think he's a very likable guy. I like him.
Me too.
But he gets a lot of shit.
The media kind of has his way with him because he's a little awkward. You know what I mean? But I love him.
Because he's in his own world. He's in his bubble.
He's real. Yeah. Real recognizes real. He might not be the most.
Are you real?
Fuck yeah, I'm the realest person I know, for sure. I'm a lot of things, okay?
It's fucking real, bro.
I'm a lot of things, and not all those things are positive or good. But one thing I know I'm very honest. I'm very
real motherfuckers.
I'm just being real. But like, yeah, the thing about Khabib though, I think Tony doesn't get tired. If Khabib holds him down for a round like he does everyone else, I think Tony comes back just as good.
No one's keeping up with his cardio.
Exactly. And Khabib got tired in his last he didn't really get tired as much against Conor, but he got tired against everyone else.
He's a martial artist as well. He's not one-dimensional.
Not at all.
He is.
Neither is like Conor.
So
but he's
fucking. He is so versed in so many different styles. Like he could do. You never know what he's going to do.
For sure.
But one thing you do know what's going to happen is you're going to get cut up, and you're going to get fucked up. For sure. Whether you have a good fight or not, you are going to be in bad shape come the end of it. I agree. And Tony Ferguson will probably not be in bad shape.
I know you're a big Alexander Gustafsson fan, so
yeah, I like that
retiring.
Yeah, to be honest,
I think it's a good thing because if he wants it, then it's good.
Like how many times,
dude, he's just forever.
To be honest, no one's done what he's done. No one's had that many shots at the title, sort of thing. And fair play to him. He definitely upped the standard for that division. Yeah, he kept a standard there when people were out of action, and he's a great fighter, likable guy. Fair play to him. Awesome. He'll be remembered as a great fighter in the sport. For sure. I do feel bad for him that he never actually won the title, but sometimes it's just not meant to be, man. Yeah. And that goes nicely into Chael Sonnen as well. Yeah, but did you see his speech? Yeah, I almost cried, bro.
Well, Chael's been doing it forever, and people say behind the scenes, just like I have interviews and podcasts and everything. I've heard other fighters say that Chael's the nicest guy I've ever met.
Well, you watch his podcast?
Even Brendan said it the other day too.
Podcast when he just tells stories and shit.
Oh, like what's
him on his own.
What's he call his podcast? Something Incorporated, Inc. Bad Guy Inc. or something.
Bad Guy Incorporated, yeah, something like that.
Either way, yeah,
he does one with Ariel as well, but
yeah, but no, I like Ariel, but I don't even like the MMA show as much anymore. Either way, the one thing about fighting, I think this is my personal opinion, we always kind of view like someone like Alexander or even like a Donald Cerrone, where they don't get a title, they're always like the number 2-3 guy. And it's almost like, oh, they're not good enough. I feel bad for them. But if you look at like
how many hours of amazing entertainment have they given you?
Exactly. No. But I'm saying, look at other sports. There's hundreds and thousands of athletes who never really become the best, but like
still great.
We don't look at them like, oh, I feel bad for them. They're like, oh no, they're great. They're just not the Sidney Crosbys. They're just not the fucking Usain Bolts or the fucking, you know what I mean? Just because they're not Kobe's. Number one doesn't mean they're not the best. But for some reason in fighting, I feel like it's looked upon as like number 2 is just not good enough.
I think because it's an individual sport. The situation you were just talking about is team sports.
Yeah, exactly.
So they're great within their team, but they're not the superstar.
But like, I don't watch tennis, so
yeah. But again, that's the same. That's exactly the same thing. You've got the top 2 guys. No one gives a fuck about anyone else,
unless you're in the sport. Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
But you know what I mean. I guess people just view fighters differently.
It's just the reality of the game. But
it's just a grueling
I do feel sorry for him. I feel sorry for Alexander, and
I'm going to miss watching him fight.
I feel sorry for Chael, but again, it doesn't last forever. You can't do that forever. They bow down, and that's it. Great, they'll be remembered as good fighters.
Chael's got his
foot in the. He's going to have a great career still within fighting.
I love hearing his opinion on things. He's TJ Dillashaw.
He's become a respected
voice in the community,
voice in the MMA world. So that's cool. At least he'll still be around. He won't just disappear.
Oh, with the TJ thing, though, I want to say that because I know you didn't watch this pair. No. So I want to see if your opinion changes on TJ. Actually, first, what's your opinion on TJ using a banned substance to fight Henry Cejudo? So what's your opinion on it now? Before I say something.
My opinion on banned substances together, it doesn't make someone a better fighter. It makes someone be able to fight longer and maybe a bit stronger. Mm-hmm. But as far as the actual skill and the ability, as years and years and years and years and years of training.
So how mad are you at him? I'm pretty mad at him still because he still did it, but like
he got caught. Like they're all doing it.
Okay.
In my opinion,
okay, so you're actually not as harsh as I thought you were.
All doing it. And
which I agree with. I agree where you're at. I think we're in the same place about it.
But only some of them get caught. I think that's basically what happens, and I don't know whether that's on purpose or not. Not my place to say, but that's the reality. Like, I don't give a fuck if what people are on, if they're a good fighter or they're not.
I get you. As long as they're not like fucking themselves up, where they're like testosterone levels are like abnormal, where they're just like fucking pumping.
Most of their testosterone levels are higher anyway because they train so hard and they eat so well.
And
they're fighters.
Not like, if they're fighting, duplicating that, you know what I mean? Like, say it's already high because they're like fucking men fighting in a cage, but then they're also like at, like, you know, I think there's limits to it.
No, but you don't understand the science, so. Well, do you know what I mean? Like, to testosterone levels, like, it doesn't really matter.
But like with the TJ thing, when he did the EPO, so, you know, like his body is legit like a science machine.
The only thing that bugs me about TJ's thing is they brought up, like, I remember you called it actually a while ago when they first busted him. They were like, oh, now they're going to bring up that shit he said at the press conference like 5 years ago when Cody was like, oh, TJ's fucking telling everyone how to do it.
Which ended up not being true, by the way.
Yeah, well, whatever. But they, like you were right, they just dug up everything.
For sure.
And, you know, I don't fucking care, to be honest.
I know, right?
It's one of them. I don't care. I still think TJ's a good fighter. He's a great fighter. His like martial arts ability has nothing to do with what's in his body.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I see it. I think you should just let everyone do it.
Yeah, I think there's a place for that, but not in the UFC. But what I want to say though, so since his body is like his hair's tested and everything, right? Yeah. Like everything's broken down to a science. So basically why he did it though was when he was cutting the weight and going so low, which I think you actually, speaking of that, I think you did mention this, or someone did when I was talking to, where it helped with his weight cut because he already was such a lean 135er. To go down was, it's not like he has a lot of water weight or fat to cut. Like he's pretty fucking shredded already. So I forget the name, but something in his body, instead of, I guess an average is like 35, the highest a human can get is like 40. It's like some level, but his was sitting at like 32. So he had like no energy to get up to train anymore. Like it was just super low. And the only way to get that back up was to use his banned substance, right? So he used it and he only got it up to like 37, where he normally runs at like 38. So like his natural, what he normally runs at was actually higher than what he used the banned substance to get to, but he just needed it to get it back to normal.
But wasn't he pinged for a bunch of shit?
It was, no, it was just that, it was, yeah, but it was like EPO is just the, I guess this is what
blood doping,
was saying, this blanket term for like a bunch of things with inside, and he was just using one of those things, so it popped for EPO. Do you know what I mean? It's like saying like,
so it's not
like
really
all
EPO.
Dogs are dogs, but there's a Shih Tzu, there's a Doberman, right?
Yeah.
He just had a Doberman. He didn't have like, you know what I'm saying? Like it was just like one specific thing. So
but then at the same time,
it's still legal though.
The one thing they're all going to come back to, no matter what your excuse is, oh, I'm at normal levels that I usually perform at. If you're a champ, you're at that higher level in the game. You
know better. You know
the fucking rules. Don't break the rules.
And that's what he led with though. He's like he first started, he's like, you know what? Like I cheated. Like I 100% knew the rules, and I
my
did
levels
cheat.
were this, and it's like doesn't matter.
He does have the right to explain his thought process. Yeah, you can explain it,
but then it's still. It just comes. They don't care. USADA don't care. The UFC don't care. The commission,
for sure.
The commission don't care.
But I care. Like I want to hear why he did it.
You broke the rules. End of story. Don't do it. And when it doesn't matter how much you try to justify it, it comes down to that.
True.
You know the rules. You have.
And he says the exact same thing.
He let down a lot of fans, a lot of people. He's fucked his career for a while. And,
2 years, right?
You know, and because
in his prime, probably
he took something to get his level. Just take a scoop of pre-workout, bro. Take some fucking pre-workout.
Fucking elite lifestyles.
Yeah, get some. Tell you what, man. What was it? Applied Nutrition, all black everything pre-workout.
Red Bull flavor as well. I'm a big Red Bull fan because I'm a gamer as well, and I
just like pre-workout, and it's definitely one of my favorites.
It's just, dude, I feel like I'm just drinking a nice cold Red Bull before my workout, but I'm getting like that fucking woo,
but not tingly. You don't get too many the itches.
I actually do get a little bit of the itches,
but not crazy amounts.
But like a good amount where I'm just like, I can't sit down. You know, I'm just like, I need to fucking, like, it makes me want to fucking, I'm scratching my ears get itchy. I can't sit still. And
so shout out to All Black Everything. You guys are making good products. Keep it up.
Yeah,
and
it's really, really good.
English company. Just put it out there. Yeah, of course they are. The best.
Any more just MMA stuff? Just real quick. The Henry Cejudo thing. You know, do you think he's the best combat sports athlete of all time?
Nope.
No. I don't know who is.
No, he's a good fighter.
I wouldn't. He wants to be like the
best combat sport athlete of all time.
Yeah,
Mike Tyson. My opinion.
That's like, I'm not saying I agree with you, but like that's a good. I just don't know who I would say because I don't think
the numbers. How fast he destroyed everyone over a career, for how many people, the names he destroyed.
Who would you say is the best athlete of all time? Just athlete, not combat sports.
Just athlete.
Yeah, I'm curious what your thought would be. Just top of your head.
That's a tough one. The best athlete of all time, who achieved, I guess you would say how much they achieved within their sport, how long they stayed on top.
Just that's
how I would kind of judge it.
However you would judge it. Like I'm not saying
I would say put personalities and likability to one side because it doesn't affect their athletic ability. I would go the best athlete of all time. As far as medals and things achieved and things like that, and the way they did it, and how dominant they were in the sport, I would say Mike Tyson again.
See, for me...
As far as athlete on how influential they have been...
To this day as well.
Throughout their existence, probably like Bruce Lee.
But he's not really an athlete, though.
What?
He didn't compete in anything. Like a little bit when he was younger. But he didn't really compete.
An athlete, bro.
But look,
have you ever seen Bruce? He's athletic ability, skill, work level, like everything. Do you know what? Actually, I take it back. I take back Mike Tyson. I take it back.
He's one of the most influential people of all time, but I wouldn't say athlete per se.
I would definitely, like, if all athletes worked as hard as he worked, they would be better athletes.
Yeah, okay, I agree with that as well, but that doesn't still make him the best. Dude, like,
but it depends how you're judging it. Yeah. Like, because you can judge it again on, like, a mixture of how influential you were within your sport and then you could go Arnold. Easily Arnold.
See, that's a great one. I'm going to say this one.
He pretty much built a whole sport. Joe Weirder.
He couldn't even speak English, and he just lifted shit up. He became so famous. Like Bill
Joe
Burr
Weirder built the sport around Arnold.
Dude,
if it wasn't for Arnold, it wouldn't be.
He's the governor. Big. Like, what's Bill Burr say? He fucking was in a country, got famous for picking shit up, came to America, learned the language, and now he became a blockbuster movie star, and now he holds office in a state that he can't even pronounce. Like, which is like ridiculous. Like he's like, imagine you going to a country where you don't speak the language and accomplishing all that. It'd be impossible.
Yeah, you got to have his work ethic is second to none.
That's a great one. I'm going to say this one because this is one that you never would have thought of, but I'm judging it on, like you said, influence in the kind of transcendent your sport, like kind of like a Mike Tyson or like an Arnold, where he's just a bodybuilder, but he's more than that. Mike Tyson's a boxer, but he's clearly more than that. One person that you would never say because it's not quite as athletic is Tiger Woods. He transcended golfing.
Yeah, as far as a personality. But when he was in his prime, I don't think you'd know this as much. He was 21 years old, dude. He came back to win shit as well. Like, his whole story's great.
Yeah,
and there's controversy in there. There's drama. Like, it's a good athletic story.
It's gonna be a great documentary eventually.
It'll be a movie. It'll be a great movie,
dude. But
probably Jamie Foxx will play.
My brother kind of helped me out with this.
Jamie Foxx plays everyone.
Yeah, probably. And any famous black guy.
And then when he's older in the movie, it will be like Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, or Jamie Foxx still.
Well, still Jamie Foxx.
Just Jamie Foxx and CGI. But like when Tiger Woods hit the scene at like 21, he won everything for years. When like some people are in they've never won throughout a 40-year career.
There's people
for like 3 years in a row that he won like everything. Bro. It was ridiculous.
Who's the greatest of all time in that sport? And it's like, it's like Tiger Woods.
Dominance and like transcending your sport, Tiger Woods has to be up there as well.
Yeah, the same with boxing. Be Mike Tyson.
I don't know who else.
Martial arts in general.
Yeah,
probably like a Bruce Lee,
but like I think.
And then imagine what he would have achieved if he lived longer, man. Like,
true.
Jesus Christ. And then, like, as far as bodybuilding, like Arnold.
How did Bruce Lee die again? Heart something, wasn't it?
I don't want to get into it. There's so many different controversies. There's loads of conspiracies and stuff. Yeah.
But what is like the
main conspiracy?
The medical.
He was happy to teach Westerners Chinese martial arts, and people weren't happy about that.
So would they get murdered? Heart attack? Like, what was it? Like, what was it? Like,
they put it down to a heart attack and things like that. And there was one story which was like painkillers. There was one story saying like he used these electric stimulators to train his muscles, and that was too much for his heart. There's loads of stories.
How old was he? Do you know?
Bruce Lee was
like 40.
Yeah, fuck, I forgot now. I should know this. Studied
I'm not
fucking
a
Wing Chun
big-
for fucking years.
I'm not a big Bruce Lee fan, but obviously
I'm a big fan, obviously.
You know,
but
I'm a fan of him.
I'm not
I'm
good
just
at
not a
remembering
fanboy.
certain details. Like,
You know
I
what I
think
mean?
he's an amazing person. But anyway, so yeah, fight updates. I guess how long have we got? We got 2 minutes until it's an hour and a half. So let's call it an hour and a half.
So-
Let's finish off with the big one. AJ,
Yeah, I was gonna say perfect. That's exactly what I was
heavyweight
gonna say.
championship fight.
I mean, he looked
All the
terrible.
belts on the line. Everyone's saying he came out. He didn't look himself. He didn't look comfortable. Didn't look relaxed.
Just in a highlight video, you watch him walk out and he's all like happy. This time he just kind of looked like, it's nice. You know, he just seems almost too relaxed. Or
I don't
something.
think, when you're so used to fighting in your own country and then you fight in the
maybe the
States,
America thing was big.
it's gonna be different.
Was that MSG? Or
I think people are looking into that a bit too much.
Maybe.
I don't think there was too much I really don't think that it was like
Do you think Anthony
he wasn't there that
Ruiz
night.
just
He
a
wasn't
beast?
there that night. Because if you see the boxing,
He was
AJ looked good. He looked sharp. He was behind his jab.
Anthony Ruiz just switched up his game plan and just kind of.
No, he just reacted to a big combination.
He just got in the pocket and just fucking threw.
He just
quick
slugged
strikes.
it out. So I think AJ looked good. He looked behind his jab. He looked sharp. He was sticky. There was clearly a game plan there. And then, bam, this epic combination.
I think he got clipped and he just never recovered. Actually,
combination that floored Andy Ruiz. Like, I was like, holy shit, that was like
then
amazing.
he came out like,
And then he came back and he caught one on like.
I think that punch
back in
hurt
the
him
head.
more than people realize.
And he never recovered from that. He
Okay,
just never
I agree
recovered
with
from that. He didn't look himself after that, and unfortunately, it just
Caught up with him.
he kept taking punches, and that was that. And that's all there is to it. Like, I think people look into it too much. Oh, he wasn't himself. That was a shadow.
just
of
'cause he's
AJ.
so famous,
Blah blah blah.
you know?
Yeah, of course they need to make more media hype about it. But I literally think it was just it's boxing. It's heavyweight boxing. One punch can change everything.
What about Tyson Fury in his fight? Did you see that? Just fucking destroyed that Schwartz guy.
Of course, he was going to destroy him. Do you know what I mean?
But that's what they said about
he did it, and he looked good doing it. Like I saw some people posting on Instagram like, "What an embarrassment to the sport!" Like, I can't believe I tuned in to watch another fucking like fixed load of crap.
I don't know who the Schwartz guy was. Was he actually good? I don't
He
even
was
know.
like 26-0, something like that. A bunch of knockouts, like big guy.
Yeah, like
No,
like,
he's no chump.
yeah, like what do you
But
want?
then when you fight Tyson Fury,
Like
he's
people don't realize how
he's
big he
that
is.
good.
I think people get confused when he's like a little bit taller than the guy he's fighting, but he's 6'9". So I think people are used to being the taller fighter, the longer reach, maybe even by a couple weight because it is heavyweight. But then when they go and fight someone like Tyson Fury, they just get like overwhelmed by his movement
Just a
and his
giant
reach.
who can move.
It just knows the sport of boxing
Moves
really, really
like
well.
fucking Ali.
I love him, man. I really love Tyson Fury.
Punches well. He's great fighter, great personality, and he.
But yeah, he
it
won't
won't
fight
be
Anthony,
too
though.
long before he's holding all the belts again.
He should fight Anthony Ruiz, take him, and then fight Deontay, take out his shit, and then just retire like that.
Well,
That'd be so
won't.
ideal.
He's going to fight Deontay first. They'll fight Deontay first, get that one over and done with.
But they already beat him, in my opinion. Like that's what he should say.
Of course he beat him, but he did. But he's got to go and get that belt. He's got. You can't just go on a draw.
Yeah, need the belt. Yeah.
So it's one
That's
of them.
annoying.
It's like he definitely beat him. He was robbed. Everyone knows he was robbed. So this time he will just go in there and he'll probably starch him in like 5 or 6 rounds.
I'm actually scared that someone like Deontay, he might be so good.
That's the danger. That's the danger with Deontay Wilder is that
he's going to study that tape. And
you take one of those punches and it could be game over.
Like he did take one and legit woke up like a zombie.
Yeah, well, we've all seen that. We don't need to go into the old shit, but. You know, I think Tyson Fury will have all of those belts within.
I'm praying, dude.
Within a year. I'd like to say within a year, realistically, because of the way boxing politics and promoters are acting these days, probably 2 years, maybe even 3.
How old is he? 36? Something like that? He's getting old.
Tyson Fury's not even 30, bro. He's young as fuck. He's like 28 or something stupid. He looks like he's 40. He's young as fuck.
He's probably like 30. I think he's in his 20s. Because he took like so many years off.
I don't think he's very old, mate. I think
you're right. I think he is way... Because remember I had this conversation with someone else where he's
super
way
young.
younger than I thought. Yeah.
It's
the shaved head, man. Like, no offense to my boy Seb. Even like Seb is young as fuck. He's like my age, but he looks like he's like more mature. He looks like he's like 29, you know? But he's like only like 25.
That's what shaved head does for you.
I know, man. Hair can do that to you.
But yeah, so
like Aaron's 43.
it won't be long before
Looks
Tyson's
great.
got all the belts back and all is right in the world. And then someone
world
like
peace,
then they'll
you know,
have to be
no
like
poverty.
the next Mike Tyson will have to come along and take over. But
Maybe that's Anthony Ruiz, bro.
Maybe he's the one that just ends up dominating the whole thing.
Dude, could you imagine?
Just knocks out
I
everyone.
hope not. No offense. I feel like it's hard to get behind him. I don't know.
Well, no
I
one
feel
knows
like
him.
you need to look like
I think
a fighter,
over the next year, his profile will build and people will know him a bit more, and then maybe we'll like him. But
it's just like it's the look. Like
it wasn't supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be. Eddie Hearn fucked everyone because everyone wanted to see AJ, Wilder, and Fury, and that whole ballet dance going on.
Took too long.
They're all fighting each other, and they fucked it.
Happened,
the promoters fucked it. They thought this was going to be a.
Hope they learned their lesson. That's what I think.
And learned their lesson. What they.
I'm upset it happened, but I hope they learn from this. Be like, hey, don't fuck around. Like, make the fucking fights I want to see. I hate boxing.
One of them was going to. That was going to happen to one of them. Yeah. It's bound to happen. If you keep taking on all these fucking, what do they call them? They call them journeymen. If you keep taking on all these journeymen just to make money, waiting for the big fight, it's going to happen. So one of those guys is going to clip you and you're going to get knocked out.
That's what Alexander said. I don't want to be a journeyman.
So the fucking champ. And fuck, like, I like Eddie Hearn, but what he's done to AJ's career is really,
he's still young as fuck too, though. He's
not over. Like, fuck me, he'll be back in one fight, you know, and he'll be back up there at the top, and he'll be challenging.
But that's what I hate about boxing.
I just don't know. He just ruined it. Everyone was waiting for these big fights, and now we've got to wait even longer, and it might never happen. If AJ loses the rematch, that's probably So
do you think there will be a rematch?
There is a rematch.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Oh, it's done. That's all signed.
See, but that's what I hate about boxing.
They're just deciding on where, because they're like, it's going to be in the UK. But then Andy Reyes is like, hey man, I call the shots now. It's going to be in Mexico.
Do it in Mexico, yeah, that'd be fucking great. You don't like fighting in America?
Money talks though, bro. They'll just say to Andy, hey, shut up. We'll give you an extra couple of million. It's happening in the UK, and you'll go, okay.
Yeah, because
you don't care. He's like, I'm going to hold on to these belts for as long as he wants, for as long as he can. He's going to make some money. He's had a lot of fights. I think
that's a bad move. I think taking less money to have it in Mexico would be better for him. But if I was him, like, yeah, you're going to be 10 million? Okay, I'll go fight in the UK.
That decision is going to say a lot about how much he really wants to be heavyweight champion.
Yeah,
if he takes the money,
I'll give you that.
If he takes more money and lets the fight happen under AJ's terms in the UK, to me that says he's not really interested in holding the belts for that long. He just wants to make as much money,
bro. Could be like, I'm so good, I don't give a fuck where this fight's gonna be.
He's a nobody. He's made fuck all money his whole career. He's probably just scraping by, right?
Think so?
All of a sudden, he's in a position where he's going to make so many millions of dollars. His whole generation of families will never have to work again from possibly one fight.
Yeah, you're right.
He's going to take it.
Yeah, you're right. And then because he might be like, I'm going to win either way. Like, because you have to have that mentality of like, you have to go. You can't be like, I'm going to go in to lose.
Yeah,
this.
well, that's what Tyson Fury does.
Once.
Tyson Fury's like, I'll go anywhere. I'll just go there and beat anyone. Just whatever money, I don't care.
So I would just play hard to get. Be like, no, there's no way we're not fighting in Mexico. And then just watch the offers come in, and then be like, okay, we'll fight in fucking
if he's smart.
Liverpool.
But then I feel like promoters and things like Eddie Hearn, they know how this shit works, and they're gonna. I think he's
I hear a lot of bad
he's
stuff
not
about
used
him.
to fighting at such that higher level. He might be very easily manipulated.
Yeah,
even though he's
maybe he has a good team around them. We don't know, right? We're only speculating, but that's our job.
Who knows? He might end up with all the belts, being the champion of the world for fucking the next 10 years.
I hope not. Oh yeah, this was gonna say about that before we cut this off.
He's not a bad boxer.
No, he's not a bad boxer, but when you're that high a level. Like, it's like what Henry Cejudo says. He wants heavyweight money. He wants to be the best of all time. It's like, dude, it's just not going to happen because you're a small guy.
Yeah, just shut up. You're the champ.
You're not going to be
earning plenty of money.
You have to look the part.
You're not the headline
Connor looks the part. You know what I'm saying?
You're not the headline fight.
It's just how it like GSP looked the part.
People don't like
John Jones looks the part, and he is they are the best. Yeah. You just don't. Dude, you're 5'4". Like
5'4", and no one likes you. You're not getting paid what they get paid.
Yeah, unfortunately, you're a great fighter. You're Olympian, a great man. Like, keep fighting.
No one likes you.
Maybe if
stop
you
trying to be funny.
Yeah.
Stop acting like a dick.
Well, like who said it? Someone's like, I think Brian or someone said. Someone said like, you did such a great fight, and like you have 2 belts, Olympic gold medal. Stop talking about it and let other people talk about it. Because when you're talking about it, you're almost taking away from yourself.
It just sounds like an asshole. I don't like him.
Well,
anyway,
ended on that. Ended on
fucking ripping into Henry. But yeah, Thanks for tuning in,
We
guys.
got some shit done
What
today.
episode is that? 10?
Yeah, 10.
Is that number 10?
10, the comeback episode. Hey.
The big 1-0, episode 10.
Double digits.
Been doing it longer, and we should be on like 30 or something now.
No, I think we're at, I think it's just a hiatus time.
Anyway, whatever. But yeah, it's nice to be back. Thanks for tuning in, watching. Tmatj back in the house.
Tmatj official on all social media platforms.
Lots to talk about today, hence this one is a little bit longer than usual. So,
dude, I still have 1,000 things I want to talk about. So we're going to be pumping out these episodes.
We'll do another one on in a few days, and we'll get another one out. This podcast is sponsored by Elite Lifestyle and Elite Aesthetics. So for all of your health and fitness coaching, supplements and advice and whatever else you need, get in touch.
A little handy,
if you're in China,
shoes.
We'll hook you up. And if you have anything you want us to talk about, you want pictures you want us to talk about, you have any funny shit that's happened to you on your travels or in China or anywhere in the world, send it to us. We'll talk about it. We'll mock you. We'll big you up. I know a bunch of these podcasts like sending pictures of their funky clothes and then they comment on it. Well, just send us anything.
Actually, we're back.
If anyone has some really good wall hangers for pictures, please send them as well, because we're gonna need them. But
oh shit! Did it broke the frame? I can see it broke.
Oh no, that'll fix it. It like pops together. No big deal.
Fucking China, man.
God damn it.
Just kidding. That was our fault. We knew that. Didn't I call that though? I was like, it's probably gonna fall mid podcast.
They lasted this long. Yeah. But yeah, anything. Just send us shit to talk about. We like it. It's funny. We want to be a bit more connected with our viewers. So let us know what's up.
Should be it. Yeah. So Aaron has to get the shit ready. You know what I'm saying? But I want to say goodbye as well. Thank you guys for always tuning in. All the good stuff, just like Aaron said. Send us some messages. Follow, subscribe, all that great stuff. Thank you very much. And that should be it.
No one cares what you think,
except for me.
Peace out.
Our ending screen is beautiful.
Episode 10 done.
I know, good job. Proud of you. You did take over that one a little bit though, but I'm not mad.
I took over big time.
It's good because
you sat here for a month and played Xbox, and I actually did.
I didn't. I did play Xbox sometimes, but
a lot, all the time, most of the time.
But yeah, no, you did good. I'm proud of you.
Well, it's nice to be back.
I feel like you're becoming better.
Thanks.
You're increasing your podcast skills.
We need better wall hangers.
We do. It's hot as fuck in here. It really is, actually.
Fucking mouse, I can't end the recording.
Yeah, it's the most.